baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my Clementine. So, we're here to talk about prayers. We're here to bring you the answers. Well, somebody. I don't know whose message is gonna come out, but this is for the praying peoples who have been either getting their answer but not sure that they've been getting their answer from God, or who have been getting their answer but don't really like what God is saying, or those who have been just kind of wishing and wondering and pondering a lot. And the universe is trying to talk to you and give you the answers to the questions that you've been asking, but you're just not recognizing. Okay? So this is who these readings are for. I think I'm gonna do about 2 of them. So we're gonna do this one, and we're gonna end the live, and then we're gonna do the next one. So the first thing we want to find out is what you've been praying about, and once we find out that, we're going to check to find out what God, what God's answer is, or what God wants you to know. Okay? So sometimes we're praying about things and it's like too soon. Or maybe we're praying about things and we're not approaching it from the right perspective and things like that. So we're gonna just find out what you've been praying about and then let God decide how it wants to answer you. Yeah? So Most High God, please block anybody that's trying to interfere with these readings. Do step in and deliver your messages to be your children. Alright, so what has this first group, or whoever you want to address, what have they been praying about? Please reveal it to us. See, I'm the minister of entertainment, and people wonder, why am I so goofy? Why am I so serious? Why am I so kind of unpredictable? It's like you never know which version of me you're gonna get. Hello? How boring would entertainment be if it's just the same, 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 same? I wasn't built like that. I was built to be free. Sometimes it's embarrassing. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes it's entertaining. Sometimes it's informative. You just never know. You know, get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Alright, so what have this person or these people been praying about, Most High God? And then people wonder, how do I still look so young after all these years, after this life I've been forced to live? It's because because I behave how I behave. Uh, so if I do this, what does that do to my body? Can you see? I get the baby shit to make you break your neck. Woo-ha. I got you all the j- Okay. See, we be dropping gems. You ever notice how music, different types of music, bring out different versions of yourself? It makes you move your body in different ways. Okay, so the subject matter is control. That could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. We'll find out when we get more information. But control, that's the subject matter. So we're trying to find out what you've been praying about. Okay. So that you'll know if this is your reading or not, of course. Okay. Ooh, hello. So it feels right like this. Okay, so we got a moocher. This what we've been praying, what you've been praying about, a moocher. So we got control. At the bottom of the deck, the underlying issue is regret. And then we got chatterbox. Is justified. Okay. So the subject matter was control. The message is moocher. What you've been praying about, a moocher. What does it mean to mooch off of someone? To mooch off of someone suggests that you have your own, but you prefer to take from others. Let's see what Google said. I'm just responding to Malika. I went out this morning and I jumped back on the train to come home and I missed my stop because they had the train, the speaker on the train, the people them talking nonsense trying to confuse me. That's how important I am. Imagine I left Harrow and Wheelstone and I was supposed to go one stop to Watford Junction, but because I'm not really familiar with the trains, I wasn't paying attention. And when the speaker came on, they say, yeah, the next stop is Bushy. And I'm thinking, this train don't even stop at Bushy. And then I was at Watford Junction and I was looking outside trying to see the name of the station that I'm at, and nowhere along the platform did I see one that say Watford Junction, or else I would have got off the train. By the time I got up to really look and peep ahead to see, well, where the hell am I? Because I know this isn't Bushy. I saw Watford Junction, and then when I pressed the thingy majiggy, it wouldn't let me out. So then it took me all the way to Hemel Hempstead. And can I just say, the way how, listen, those untrained toilets, they stink. I'm sure you people can do a much better job at keeping them clean. Okay? It stank up the whole train. The one that I was on going, the one I came back on, the air was much cleaner. I don't know how far I was from the toilets, but the one I jumped on when I was at Harrow and Wheelstone, it would be nice if you people can really put in the effort to clean the toilets. That's what you get paid for. Okay? There's no reason why I should be on the train and I can't breathe cleanly. I can feel the nastiness on my face. And I'm sure other people can too. I don't know how people come in the train and they sit back there with that nasty smell. Like, what kind of people do that? It's smelly. That means it's dirty. So you need to clean the toilets on the train. That's what you get paid for. I'm sorry if I'm saying this in a rude manner, but it's very upsetting. Okay, and I'm sure that the other customers, they would appreciate if they can walk on a train and go into the toilets and it's decent. When the train stops at its last stop, there are people who walk on the train and check out the train. It would be nice if you have to clean the toilet. It's not gonna kill you. You got gloves. If you don't have gloves provided for you by the train services, you can buy your own. They're very cheap. Put on your gloves, get your cleaning products, clean the crap. And it would be nice if you use like tissues, things to throw away. When you're working in public places and you're cleaning them, it's not nice to use a rag that you wash out and reuse. That's just too much bacteria. I don't even do that in my house. You need something that you wipe and throw away. Throw away all the germs, throw away the bacteria, throw away the bad smells. And while we're on the topic of public maintenance, can I just say, when you, the government, install these public seats that you put in parks and on the roadside for people who are maybe sick or tired or for children to sit down on, it would last you so much longer if when you put these chairs down, we appreciate the chairs, these wooden ones, if you would paint them, it would last the city so much longer and you would end up spending less money and the chairs could actually serve the purpose that they were put there to serve. Because I saw one under a tree and it was black. If I was to sit on it, it would make my clothes filthy. It's not nice. And then when the chair isn't covered with paint or varnish or anything like that, when the rain comes, the rain, it destroys the wood, so it doesn't last as long. If you just spend that little extra bit of money and paint them when you put them down, they will look better. People like me who walk with their own wipes, when we go out, we can wipe off the chair ourselves and sit down on it. I don't know if you people don't pay attention to this because you don't go around in areas, like regular areas where regular people dwell and hang out and stuff. But I mean, if you're gonna care for us, do it properly. We appreciate the chairs being there, but what's the point of the chair being there when it's nasty to sit down on? Especially if people come and they spill their drinks or anything like that. People have sex on the benches. You know, just people do bad shit. You know what I'm saying? Even like smelly people who haven't bathed in God knows how long, they sit on the chairs. If people don't feel comfortable sitting on the same chairs because of filth, because you know cleanliness is godliness, then it should be easy to clean, and it'll be easy to clean if it's either painted and varnished or just varnished. Okay, painted and varnish we're asking for a bit, but if you really want to spruce up the place, then you can put whatever color paint you want on it and then cover it with varnish to protect the material. But it will save the city so much more money. People will be happier. You know? But yeah, I've always wondered why. You spend all this money, you get the chair, you get people to install the benches or whatever you call them, but then you allow the sun and the rain and people's mess to just fill up the chair. And then if it's under a tree, the the live produce from the tree, it falls on the chair and that produces mold and stuff like that. It's counterproductive. When you put the chairs down, just varnish them. And we'll do the rest. We'll wipe it off, we'll keep it clean, and we'll enjoy sitting down on what the government has provided. So, a moocher. Sorry, back to you. Moocher, a person who lives off others without giving anything in return. That is just so not nice. Okay? These are the takers. People who take. So what you've been praying about is a moocher. Somebody who just keep taking from you and taking from you and taking from you and taking from you. And it's led you to regret. Possibly regret being around that person or allowing them to be in your life. Then we got chatterbox and justified. So maybe you had to tell this person about themselves and you're justified. That's what God said. They're very wrong for taking from you. They're very wrong for mooching off you, taking without giving anything in return. It's like you have a bank account and you say you have $1 million in your bank account. You keep taking money out, but you're never putting any in. Soon it's gonna be finished. You're gonna be empty. It's the same with people. You can't allow yourself to be friends or business partners or anything with anyone where there's no return. It's uncivilized. Unless you have enough to give and you want to give. But if it's a constant take from you, then you have to put an end to it. Because if you don't, you're going to be empty, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to walk away and find somebody else to take from. So we who are givers, we need to know when to cut the takers off and give to ourselves or save what we have for our own use whenever we're ready to use it. Because you know, if you give it to so and so, that's dead. They're gonna take it and go share it with other people. Okay? And that's a no. So you look like you had to tell somebody off for treating you like that, and God says it's justified. So we got old and competing. Old and competing. So what is this person trying to say? Because you are up in age, you don't need anything in return. You have enough to just give. So they just keep taking. Because what, you're old and you're going to quote unquote die soon. Is that what this person is thinking? They deserve a cussing and then a block. But that's just my opinion. Let's find out what God wanted to say to you. I got carried away a little bit. So we got gaze out, empty-headed, and doubt. And then we have excellent. Then we have tired and state of being. Attention seeker. So you're doubting whether you did the right thing by cussing them out. Attention seeker, and then we have ignored. You don't need people like these in your life. This is what they call an energy vampire. Energy can be anything. It could be your own energy, because in the magic world, people can suck the actual life out of you. You'll be in bed chilling, and they're out there with your energy, especially when you're having sex with them. They'll be out there with your energy, being all happy and vibrant and alive, using your energy to spend time on other people. Or if this is your money, they use that money on other people after they sucked it out of you. How you gonna feel bad for cutting off somebody or for cussing off somebody who treat you like that? Sometimes it's better to be alone, just you and your God. If this is the alternative, because you're not happy anyway, it's better to be alone, just you and your God, until God provides you with somebody else who will treat you better. But that's just my experience talking. Let's find out what God wants to say. So you're kind of, collaborating. You want to be with people, but if you want to be with people, that's cool. You just have to choose the right people, or else you're going to be the loser. And you recognize that you were being the loser in the situation, and that's why it's bothering you. And it doesn't matter if you're old or young, you're alive. And that makes you worthy of things too. Worthy of nice things. Worthy of joy. Worthy of money. Worthy of friendship. Worthy of love. Worthy of long life. You're alive. Age is not an issue. Calm down, Chanel. I'm sorry. I've been trying to teach myself to calm down. I've been at war for too long. I've been battling with these people for too long. It's like being girl is kind of it's become my standard behavior, and I don't like it. It's time to tone it down. I'm trying. I'm sorry, just give me a minute, because I don't need to be so aggressive. I'm sorry. Even Malika tells me about it, because when I'm saying something to her, depending on what it is, it comes out so aggressive, it makes her uncomfortable. And it's like, I wasn't trying to be aggressive, it's just become my natural way of talking and expressing myself, and that's not okay. I'm not cool with that, you know? So, pardon me while I check myself. Okay, so let's find out what God want to tell you about this situation. God's answer. You're on the battlefield for a long time. Even when you're off the battlefield, you still carry some of the remnants of being on the battlefield. That's where I'm at in my life. I'm working on it. So I apologize to those who are uncomfortable with me being so every time. I'm sorry. I need to express it at the right times. Okay, so God's answer. Okay, we got Nephilim. So what do we know about the Nephilim? The Nephilim are the good guys. The Nephilims are the ones that hide out in the trees amongst nature. You never know that they're there. So in my studies so far, what I found is there are like three siblings. We got the Nephilims, the Anunnaki, and the reptilians. Okay? The reptilians, as we all now know, are the bad guys, the naughty children, the outright naughty children. Okay? Those are the self-serving ones. They're hedonistic. All they think about is what they want, and they're ruthless in getting what they want from whoever they want. They just take it. Okay? I was about to say something, but I'm not. But anyway, then we have the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki is in the middle. These are good children who have been led astray by their reptilian brethren. Okay? So they have the power to be on either side of the fence, so to speak. Alright? So the reptilians would be the ones who control the world. You know, them ones who pretend to be the actual Illuminati but who can't illuminate anything. They need our power to drive them. The pretend illuminated ones. Yeah. The ones who run government and call the shots, you know. The ones who are seen as the Antichrist. Yeah, the godless. Yeah, those are the reptilians. Then we got the Anunnaki as the ones in between trying to find themselves. So these are people who, they could be good, they could be evil. They could fall on either side of the fence and they're cool. The reptilians love the evil side. They love being bad. Then we have the Nephilim. The Nephilims are the ones that, these are the God people. These would be the 144,000 if you were to look at it like that. These are people who serve God, people who love God, people who seek God, people who seek to do good, people who want the best not just for themselves but for others. The selfless, the ones who know how to be selfless and selfish when it's time to be selfish. Because if you keep giving and you're not putting anything back into yourself, you're going to be depleted. And then you'll be useless and worthless to anyone. Okay? So, we have three siblings, three types of people, or three types of beings, three qualities of beings. The reptilian, the Anunnaki, and the Nephilim. So, the subject matter, what God wants to answer you regarding your problem where you have somebody in your life that keep taking from you and giving you nothing back, and you ended up cussing them and now you feel bad for cussing them. Okay, so this is God's response. So we got the Nephilim. You're a good person. Okay, you're a God person. You wanted the best for them and that's why you were giving to them, not necessarily asking for anything back, but where's this person's conscience? This person take from you without conscience. This person takes from you without consideration. Okay? And when this person gives to you, they only give to you in order to keep you keeping the doors open to give them even more. So you might be giving this person, let's say you give this person 50% of something. When you want from them, they might freaking give you back like maybe 1 or 0.5%. That's how greedy, and that's how much they don't care about you. That's what moochers do. Okay? So they'll pretend like, oh, I don't have enough. I only have XYZ. They lie. They're just in their reptilian energy. Selfish. Extremely selfish. Okay? So, Nephilim, you're a good person. You're the complete opposite. You didn't mind giving. You're a giving person, but you have needs too. And your needs aren't being fulfilled even if this person can fulfill your needs. And that's the problem. Because if you get into a business, you spend out money to start a business, and you're not making any profit back. That's a bad business. And it's even worse if you're making a loss. That's very bad business. So if you spend £100 to start a business and you make back £100, that could be seen as a loss. Because all the energy and the effort and the time that you put in, you haven't even been paid for that. You only got back your monetary value. So this person is like that. The situation with this person is like that. I'm not saying that you should only give where you're getting something back, but know when you can afford to give without getting anything back, and you'll be fine. And when you can't give without getting anything back, then that's when you know you should stop, because you're losing. And the thing is, when these people drain you, they go and they laugh at you. They laugh at you in your depravity with their other friends. And they call you stupid behind your back. And all types of other names. Blind. They'll find some kind of name to describe the fact that they're just using you. You are their thing. It's because you don't know what happened behind the scenes. Because if you've told this person about the imbalance in your give and take and they don't care, it's because they're doing what they intend to do. So this could be a reading for a person, it could be a reading for a group, it could be a reading for a government. I don't know who I'm reading for. So let's see. So God's response to you. We got age over 250 years. Interesting. Age over 120 years. So that's a decline. Then we got change their mindset or beliefs. So this isn't about age. This is about the giving. Then we got age 21 to 40 years. So as you can see, the numbers get smaller and smaller and smaller. So that God is saying you need to give less of you and don't feel bad about it. After you've changed, so it's like you were giving this person a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of your time, a lot of your help, a lot of whatever it is that you've been giving this person or people, okay? And you realize things ain't right, so then you cut it down. When you realize that you come in like you kind of a waste of my time, you know, so you know what, I'm gonna stop putting so much time into you. So you keep subtracting the effort that you're willing to put into them. You kept subtracting, so your subconscious was telling you that something needs to happen here. And then you finally became fully aware of it, changed your mindset, and you were like, yeah, I was giving you like 250%. Now I'm only gonna give you 41%, 40%. And if it needs to go to 0, there's one more card. So let me see what this is before. God is like, yo, I got you. Okay, they're being naughty. What's the word, like when you agree with something? It's like God agree that you're doing the right thing. Don't feel bad for telling them what you had to say. Okay? God want you to cut it down. You're emptying yourself. And they don't care. As long as you keep giving, they'll keep being your quote-unquote friend, or your quote-unquote lover, or your quote-unquote business partner, or your quote-unquote ally. As long as you keep giving. But they don't deserve the amount that you've been giving them, because they are useless to you. There's a time for charity and there's a time for exchange. You have needs too. Alright, so the underline is the Nephilim. The Nephilim is still at the bottom of the deck. What are you doing over here? Interesting. So we got fluent in multiple languages. I like that. So, what does that say? Cuss them however you need to cuss them, whether you need to use words or whether you need to use your actions to communicate with them by giving them less. They'll get the message. And it's either they're gonna start giving to you because they should, start being more accommodating towards you and grateful for what you do for them and expressing that, or they're gonna fall off and fall away because they really don't want to help you. They really don't want to bless you. Once you stop giving to them, you'll see who they are by how they respond to that. And still, even after they respond to that, however they respond, be mindful. Be mindful. Because the world is full of pretenders. I don't know who you're dealing with, but be honest about who you're dealing with. And don't feel bad about standing up for yourself. Even God says give less. Less, less, less. Until they start giving to you. And if you have to get to 0, because God is like, after you give less and they don't fix up, God is like, I will step in. Because that means they're being deliberate. They're being deliberate in taking from you and not giving anything back. And that's very unfair. It's unkind. That's not godly. That's not uprightness. That's not correctness. It's not fair. So, if they choose not to be fair to you, you need to choose to be fair to yourself by cutting them off. Don't feel bad. You're doing the right thing. So, now you can rest knowing that you're doing the right thing. So whether you want to tell them or you want to just make your actions speak for you, or how you want to show them this video, however you want to communicate with them, you're fluent in multiple languages. God is like, shit, choose how you want to deliver this message, but deliver the message. Okay? Be kinder to yourself. Right? So, I hope that this message here helped you. I'm sorry for all the detours and all these things that I had going on, but they were necessary. So, thank you for your patience. And I'm going to stop this video and then I'm going to start the next one where we're addressing somebody else's prayer. I feel like I need to do 2 of them. I'm getting hungry. So, yeah, we're going to do 2 and then we're going to stop. So, catch me on the next side. Alright, bye-bye.